Man, y'all look at the difference between how Mazi Smith handles a double team, between how Jay Toia handles a double team. Now, make no mistake about it, Jay Toia did get his at least once in this game. But just consistently speaking, man, Jay Toia handles double teams so much better than Mazi.
Look, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I told y'all not to over-evaluate the preseason as a whole, in a macro sense, as it pertains to looking at this coaching staff and what they're going to be and what the scheme looks like and all that, because Shawty already told us he was going out there with a vanilla game plan, and especially the first preseason game, I think this was more so about evaluating different guys and figuring out some rotations they want to play different positions with. I will say this, though, man. Mazi Smith, 100% is in trouble. And we're going to talk about exactly why he's in trouble today. And I'm going to show y'all a couple of clips from my film session. And y'all be sure to check out my Patreon account because we're going to have the full thing uploaded over there. It's our first bit of exclusive content for the Patreon. It's a 30-plus minute video, me just kind of watching and talking you through the game film as we go. But let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to take a look at a few plays right here again. Not all the plays will be shown, and I might not even be able to show these because YouTube be copywriting NFL content just in general, even all 22 now. But let's get right into it. Mazi, you getting put on notice, my boy. Jay Toia, Denzel, Daxon, hell, Ernest Brown. A lot of guys on that defensive line had much more palatable days than yourself did. I ain't going to say anybody had a great day, but other guys had much more palatable days. Let's get right into it, man. And the Cowboys, they may seriously have to consider either moving on or cutting first-round pick. Man, shut your up. All right, so you'll see here, Mazi is right here on the screen. Okay. Took two, immediately pushed off the line of scrimmage. Immediately pushed off the line. As soon as the ball was snapped, bro. As soon as the ball was snapped, he was immediately a step off the line of scrimmage. Off rip, bro. Look where he is. Look where he is. He's on this second hash right here. As soon as the ball is snapped, boom, knocked back to the third hash. This one's going to be Jay Toia. Jay Toia, number 51. I don't know exactly who 51 is. This is Jay Toia right here. All right, so right here, I think Toia had a chance to make this play, but he was honestly kind of being held a little bit because you can see the offensive lineman's not going to give him a chance to actually turn around. Yeah, so he has his shoulder pads right here. O-lineman is literally grabbing his shoulder pads. So, that honestly could have been called a hold pretty easily. I think if Jay Toia would have made more of a abrupt movement to try to make a play at the ball, then they probably would have thrown that flag right there because bro clearly had his shoulder pads gripped up, so he couldn't really turn around or anything. This just is not the best showing for him. We got number 99 here and Mazi Smith. I think 99 might be Perrion Winfrey. I'm not sure. But Mazi Smith's over there on the right side. Got doubled, completely taken out the play, nothing going. At least get your hands up. I'm not sure if he's the one to knock that down or... Yeah, you got to get your hands up right there. Now, it looked like somebody might have tipped the ball. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Mazi Smith, though. Big boys. So they were able to stuff that play. Why did that happen? So Toia effectively took two linemen out of the play. That right there, that's money every time. When one of your inside D linemen can do that, number 60 and 61 were completely taken out the play right here. Boom. Completely taken out the play. That left all these guys free. You can see 61. You can even tell 61, he was supposed to kind of help chip Toia and then kind of come back and try to get one of these guys on the left right here because you can tell his head still turned. So look, head turned. He's trying to hurry up and get back to his other responsibility. Had to finish that block off on Jay Toia. Again, another Jay Toia play. Running back got right up the middle. So that touchdown was on Jay Toia's head. He kind of got pushed out of his gap a little bit. So we gotta show the good with the bad. He did kind of get pushed out of his gap a little bit. Again, a little bit of almost like a 2-eye type of technique here. That one technique is more so on the outside shoulder of the center. 0 is like lined up right over the center. That 2-eye is more on the inside shoulder of the guard, and that 3 is like on the outside shoulder. So kind of more like a 2-eye type of technique here. And you can see he's starting in that A gap, and he gets pushed to the other side of the hash. So if he were to maintain his positioning where he originally lined up, he would have been right where the running play actually went to. So right there, Jay Toia, obviously we're going to point out the good with the bad. So he did kind of get moved out of position there a little bit, and that run play went right to his gap. So, yeah. That was probably one negative play that we saw from Toia. Another Mazi Smith play. Again, got him lined up over the guard a little bit. Completely pushed out the hole. Completely pushed out the hole right here. Look at it again. He got completely pushed out the hole. This is the hole right here. Completely pushed out the hole. Moved out the way. Same thing kind of happened to Jay Toia on that touchdown drive. So you can't really get too over dramatic on Mazi for that one. But again, Mazi's supposed to be your starter. Jay Toia is a 7th round rookie. So here's another Jay Toia play. I mean, he's a load, bro. He's an absolute load. Still gets pretty good penetration. Reroutes the running back immediately because he sees number 93 standing right in front of him. So he still kind of gets his job done there. And then number 67 was able to get hands on the linebacker. Now, how did he get up to that level? Kind of chipped. Knocked him out the way, 51, and got up to Buddy Johnson pretty quickly. Okay. I mean, bro, literally just drug him down to the ground. We grabbed him and drug him down to the ground with him. That was literally a hold. But, again, you do your job, man. The nose tackle did his job there. He created a mass of bodies right in the center of the pile, bro. Knocked everybody over, number 50 over. He was getting drugged to the ground and was still able to help make a play, bro. Look at number 93. Pay attention. Number 60 grabs him. Boom. Play starts. Number 60 grabs him. You see 51 is being double teamed. He's taking 2 right here. 50 is about to try to go up and get to that second level after he sheds number 51. Toia comes across the line and knocks 50 completely over. And this completely blew the play up. Completely blew the play up. At that point, it's way too much navy blue flash. Completely blew the play up right there. All right, we got a Mazi Smith rep. Taking 2. I mean, and it just looks way easier. It's almost like Mazi gave up. It's almost like Mazi gave up when 2 dudes put their hands on him, bro. It just looks way too easy, bro. Look at this. It looks way too easy. Boom. It's just like they're not even, there's no resistance. No resistance here. All right, so this time we got Jay Toia, number 93. Nice. Number 93 again. Jay Toia. Kind of lined up over the inside shoulder of the guard. Outside shoulder of the center. Going into the A-gap. Damn! I mean, threw his ass down. Bell was beat immediately, so that's why the quarterback was able to get the ball off that quick. But threw his ass down, and had Bell not gotten beaten as quick as he did, bro, Toia was going to have a chance to make a play right here. Boom, threw him down, get back up. He's going to have a chance to put some pressure on the quarterback. Probably going to be the first one to put pressure outside of maybe number 51 over here. Does Mazi have free will on the football field? And then he's always getting caught without his feet planted. That's part of the problem with Mazi, why he can never get good leverage on guys. Look when number 67 initially puts hands on him, boom. His feet are off the ground. You can't really see it, but his feet are literally off. It's like he's hopping. Why is he doing this hopping thing, bro? All right, so we got Jay Toia again in there with the King Basote. Nice. I mean, he initially was there to fill that gap. He was initially there to fill that gap. Let's rewind. Let's go back to that play again. He was initially there to fill it, couldn't finish it though. Now, the question is, should the linebackers have been there to help him clean that up? So boom, he's taking 2 right here. Not getting pushed off the spot, still kind of washing down the D-line a little bit. I mean, he's right there. He fills the gap. He fills the lane that the running back would have had to go through. King Basote kind of misses the tackle a little bit. At this point, Jay Toia gets taken out the play. Almost held. And boom. See, so that could have been a bigger game. Jay Toia did flash. He flashed through the hole, kind of closed that lane up for the running back a little bit and made the running back have to kind of cut back. Bro, Denzel Daxon has a really good shed move, bro. He has a really good shed move. I mean, he had the damn lineman on his knees. The lineman shooting them hands, and I mean, Daxon, that was nice. It's nice. Shifty. And then got back in and made the play. Denzel Daxon had a couple of really nice plays in this game. He got to make sure he celebrated. He had a couple of really nice plays in this game. I'm not going to lie. He looked better than Mazi. But we got Daxon and Toia on the field. Toia is in a true 0 right here. Woo-wee! Woo-wee! Toia is in a true 0. Oh, boy. He got them hands on Buddy. Couldn't quite finish the play, but he definitely got them hands on Buddy. All right, y'all. So just with the stuff that we showed, My biggest issue with Mazi Smith is all of this stuff, it has nothing to do with scheme. None of this stuff has nothing to do with, is the coordinator trying to use him the right way? Because at the end of the day, he hasn't shown you an ability to be used any type of way. When he was asked to take on a double team or to hold a gap, he wasn't able to do that. The double teams absolutely kill him. I haven't seen Mazi Smith take on a double team well in a very long time. You may see it once or twice per season, but even in this same game, Toia, a rookie, a 7th-round rookie, took on the double teams much better than Mazi Smith. Now, granted, there were times where Toia got pushed out of his gap. I think there was at least 2 plays I saw where he did get pushed out of his gap, and a running back went right into the gap that Toia got pushed out of. So I'm not going to be unfair and act like these other guys are being perfect and Mazi's being bad, but here's the difference. Mazi Smith is a 1st-round pick. Mazi Smith is supposed to be the starter. He's damn near the only starter that played on Saturday. And Mazi Smith didn't look any different out there than someone like a Tommy King Basote. He didn't look any different out there than even someone like an Ernest Brown. To me, Ernest Brown and Toia and Denzel Daxon, all 3 of those guys honestly looked better than Mazi Smith. And if they didn't look better, it was negligible. There was no difference between Mazi Smith being out there on the field and any of those guys being out there on the field as it pertains to the result of the play, as it pertains to Mazi being able to do what he's being able to asked to do, depending on the technique he's playing. There was times when they lined him up in the 3 tech. He really doesn't get upfield well. He doesn't take a good path to the quarterback. He always allows himself to get pushed outside. Anytime he's rushing upfield, that's what I noticed in this game. He's getting pushed further outside, bro. So it's making his rush lane extremely wide, and you're never going to get home in the NFL when you're having to do that, especially as somebody who's not getting off the ball well either. He has no burst off the ball. There's no real pop or impact on that initial engagement with the O-lineman. And almost just looks like Mazi is out there playing at like half speed or something. I can't even explain it. But it literally looks like Mazi is just like not trying, or he doesn't care. Or if a double team approaches him, then he kind of gives up on the play. And I saw that way too many times. And even the times where he was one-on-one, he just didn't look stronger than the guy across from him. And y'all got to realize they were playing against backups. They were playing against the Rams backups. And there were not many plays at all. Maybe there was one play I saw where Mazi Smith legitimately looked like he was stronger than the guy that lined up in front of him, where he had leverage on that guy in that play. The pad level wasn't super terrible, but the time that he did get inconsistent with the pad level, he ended up on his ass. And there's other times where he's hopping unnecessarily. He's not planted. And anytime you're hopping on that defensive line, bro, if you get made contact with while you're doing that, you're done. You're going to get blown off the ball. And we see that happen with Mazi Smith a lot. So the pad level is inconsistent. He has no burst off the line of scrimmage when the ball is snapped. There is no burst there. I mean, he doesn't have a move. He doesn't have a shed move. Like Denzel Daxon, he at least has a shed move to where that first contact with offensive lineman, if you miss him, you really missed him. He's gone, bro. He didn't sidestep you, and he's going upfield at that point. Denzel Daxon showed that a couple of times in this game. Toia showed his strength a couple of times in this game. Mazi Smith didn't show anything that stood out in particular. Now, I will say the run defense was actually pretty damn decent, probably until the second half. The wheels start to come off the wagon just a little bit, but I think at that point guys may have been gassed, whatever the case may have been. I think at that point there were other factors taking place, and there was a couple of big runs in there that kind of helped pad the stats, but you were not consistently seeing 6, 7, 8, 9-yard rushes, especially in that first half. But something that you consistently see when Toia is in the game is a lot of the time the linebacker is going to stay clean. It's not obviously just Toia. Obviously the entire line has a lot to do with that. But the linebackers are staying clean more times than not when I do see Toia in the game. I would not be surprised at all if the kid ended up taking Mazi Smith's starting spot by the end of the season. Because again, in this game by itself, he was getting moved out his gap. Couldn't handle the double team well, so he's not a gap stuffer. Couldn't get upfield at times when he was playing that 3 tech. Showed a lack of awareness. There was a time where he kind of rushed the quarterback and got held up by a double team and kind of just quit. And the quarterback literally looked over his direction for a full second before he tried to dump off a screen pass to the back. And Mazi, I don't even think he really got his hands up. Now, somebody tipped the ball. I don't think it was Mazi, though. But that's just plenty of examples in this game that worries you. That really, really worries you about if Mazi Smith is supposed to be our starting nose tackle. If that's the type of play we're going to get our asses kicked on that D-line. And that's just keeping it in the bucket. We're really going to have to rely on guys like Osa and Solomon Thompson. We're going to have to rely on anybody not named Mazi Smith, essentially. But either way, appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on the inside D-line, how they played in this game against the LA Rams. See you guys
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy, shut up. Hey! I'm still them boys.